Guess who is back? Back again. Larry is back. Tell a friend. I'm excited to have...
It's like a penny. I just turned up. Hi, Kentucky, and don't go broke in a nursing home. You know why? Because you don't have to. It's that simple, Garrett.
Our friends from Elder Advisors, we got Larry Weiss and Autumn Schneider here. We got a bunch of great information about some new locations that I've been telling you about for the workshops in April coming up next week. But Larry was telling me between the break, he's got a very specific topic he wants to cover right now, a four-letter word. Is that right?
Often, what we find in our business of Elder Advisors, because we do help families protect assets so they don't go broke in a nursing home. For husband and wife, we can protect pretty much all the assets. For a single person, about one. And there's almost always a financial component, which is what Elder Advisors does. There may be a legal component. There may be a real estate component. There may be a CPA component. I'm not an attorney. I'm also not lumberjack A.J. Fleming, who is a cut above everybody else. He's the man, okay?
But that was a low blow.
No, it wasn't. He's a beautiful man.
Cut above, lumberjack
He is the man.
Let's go.
He has his own paper towels. They're called Brawny paper towels. But don't go broke in a nursing home because you don't have to.
Get to the four-letter word. You're teasing us too much.
Well, the four-letter word is placement, because placement is such an incredibly difficult issue right now. I was on the phone with the family this morning, and Dad is so distressed over the placement, he's chosen to bring Mom back home, rather than the placement drama and stress that goes with it. And that's where we have our placement angel, Autumn Schneider, because people answer her phone, they get their cell numbers, she has theirs. Because usually when you call a lot of these communities, they don't even answer the phone. They're just so busy, or to return a call. They return Autumn's. Don't they, Autumn Schneider?
Yes, they do. And so if they are at a place and they just don't feel like it's home, it's going to be their forever home, that's where I can also jump in, which I will on this one. And we'll try to see, maybe they come home for a little bit, but also maybe we try to find a better home that would be better fitting for them. So there's a lot to it than just, hey, I found a bed for you and it's here. Maybe you don't like that place. Maybe it's not the right fitting, and there's just a lot of different moving parts that go into it.
Yeah, I think this is a great example of just one of the many things that you all are able to advise. Elder advisors. You are consultants. You are somebody that is able, you are an entity that's able to guide people through the entire process of not just protecting assets, but making sure they're living out a retired life that they're happy with, they're proud of. Take us through some more of that, what goes into being able to be that turnkey solution for so many people.
Well, that really starts with the workshops, which are next Monday, the 3rd in Louisville here at the Hilton Garden Inn, the 4th in Corydon, and then out on the 7th, which will be actually with a family tomorrow in Bardstown, Nelson County. Garrett, don't minimize Nelson County.
I would never.
Yes.
Dr. Don.
Dr. Don will be with Dr. Don tomorrow doing some paperwork and stuff. But then Friday the 7th we'll be in Bardstown doing a workshop at the Hampton Inn in Bardstown. But the workshops really start, and I tell the folks, there's 3 key questions I have to ask to start the program. You don't have to be honest with me, Kentuckiana, but you really need to be honest with yourself. The first key question is, how many friends have someone in a nursing home or about to go? Hands will go up. That's crisis planning. The house is burning down. That's what I alluded to a moment ago. We can protect those assets so they don't go broke at a nursing home. The second key question is, how many people have loved one at home, maybe getting some personal care, maybe getting some rehab, maybe the grandkids are spending the weekend with grandma because sometimes she falls, stuff like that. And if things don't play out in a certain way, we might have to look at placement in 6 or 8 months. Additional hands go up. That's pre-crisis planning. And the third variables, which is what you alluded to, Garrett, is basically I ask families, now this is when everybody's hand will go up and some now more than once. I say, how many people simply want to avoid these problems for themselves and give themselves peace of mind and protect their children so they don't have to go through this? Then everybody's hands goes up. You know what that is, Kentuckiana? That's pre-planning. That's proactive planning. Get ahead of it.
And that's a gift. In a lot of ways, that is a gift to you, the people that you love that are important in your life, that you are able to designate what's going to happen before you ever have to really start shopping nursing homes or finding the nursing homes.
Get some things in order and some documents, things like that that'll help us later, so that when you're in what we call the crisis mode, your hair's not really on fire. You have more of a plan. Something's better than nothing, but we always recommend to come out and learn about those things that you may need, the tools, to do those things. Whether it's now you've got to jump in, find a nursing home bed, because it's a really hard thing. The families, you don't want to put anybody in a nursing home. That's just nothing anybody wants to do. And it's hard, and to come in and get that little bit of advice of, we'll hold your hand and make sure you find somewhere that you're comfortable with, and then also help you with the tools that you need to do this and accomplish it. It's really good.
It's hard, but it's also hard to pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars every single month
to do that.
To be in those nursing homes. So it is a hard topic to really address in a lot of ways. It can be something that's difficult difficult to address, but it's going to happen in your lives, people. And if you attend a workshop with elder advisors, I've been to one myself. They are fun. They are engaging. It's an opportunity for you to ask questions. So I'd love for you to explain a little bit more about that, Larry, is how you approach these workshops so that not only is it informative, not only is it efficient with people's times,
Right.
but it's something that they are going to take lessons away from no matter what.
Absolutely. You know, a long journey begins with its first step. And the problem is, look, we're all human. You know, we all write our little grocery list in the back of an envelope, and half the time we get out of our car, go back inside to make sure we got enough milk or yogurt or bread. But we spend all this time on the minutia, the silly things of life that really don't have a shelf life of anything. But we spend very little effort trying to protect what we spent a lifetime working for. You know, Dad worked at Philip Morris, Dad worked at Ford, Mom worked at Humana. Whatever the case is, they worked their whole lifetime. And if some very basic planning is not done, it can all disappear and just turn into big aggravations for families. So that's the benefit of coming out to the workshop. It's about an hour and a half. It's fast paced. We've got next week CPA tax attorney Bob Marshall with the Kentucky folks for both Louisville and down in Bardstown. And then for Cordon, we've got attorney Laura Williams, because there's almost always a legal component. And I want the attorneys there to deal with legal issues, because I'm not an attorney. I'm also not a lumberjack, AJ. But these are the things that we do to help. And you know what? Look, we have a lot of fun. And, you know, 95% of people get me. There's 5%, well, I don't really, that guy's kind of odd. He is odd, okay? He is odd, because I'm living. I'm not existent. This is tough stuff. I am truly blessed. I love what I do. I've got 7 great people that work with me every day. We now have a master level social worker on staff. Lindsay's a board certified patient care advocate. So it's not more than just, you know, before it was just, we'll take the finances and deal with the stress. But it's also the component of healthcare, the different home resource options that Lindsay and Marianne bring to the table. And there's Autumn. We'll be in a meeting and her phone will go off and go, oh, look, you know, Jane called. She just texted me. They got 2 beds at ABC Nursing Home. I'm like, wow, we've been waiting for days, and it happens in real time.
Yeah,
it's just really amazing.
The connections this team have are incredible, and I encourage you to lean on them. Real quick, we've got a very short amount of time. If you don't mind hitting the workshops one more time, please.
Kentucky on a Monday. A long journey begins at its first step. April 3rd at the Hilton Garden Inn in Louisville, 10 a.m. off exit 132 next to Cracker Barrel. Tuesday, April 4th, down in Cordon at the Holiday Inn Express out in front of the license branch. And Friday, we're coming to Nelson County, Bardstown. Friday the 7th, 10 a.m. at the Hampton Inn in Bardstown. Be there. Let's have some fun. Go to freeworkshop.com, 855-LARRY-55. It answers all of your questions, people. freeworkshop.com.
Larry, Autumn, thank you as always. We appreciate you being here. We will be right back after a short break to talk with actor Eddie McClintock about a new movie he has coming out exclusively on PureFlix this Friday. We'll be right back.